welcome to the first tutorial of Series 5 on full figure poses. In Series 4, we studied basic frontal stances and the garments worn by different categories of saints. In this series, we're going to take things a step further and look at some more complex stances, such as seated figures. To start off with, we're going to draw a basic three-quarter figure. The three-quarter figure is used mainly in deices icons that will have the Theotokos and St. John the Forerunner, and sometimes other saints on either side of Christ. The hierarch and the apse of the church are depicted in the three-quarter stance, and it is also used in complex compositions. This stance allows the figure to be in communion with both the other figures in the scene as well as with the viewer. While we find panel icons of a single figure in a three-quarter stance, we must keep in mind that these panels are actually part of a broader composition of icons. So we usually won't draw a single figure icon in a three-quarter stance where they aren't directed towards someone or something else in the composition. St. Petersburg, for example, is often depicted in a three-quarter stance, but she is either looking up at Christ or at the mandorla signifying Christ. So without any further ado, we will draw the Theotokos in the deices stance. This is also very similar to her stance in the Annunciation or Crucifixion icons. As you can see, I've already done the basic setup with our axis line. The head is in the three-quarter stance at a slight angle, and now we're going to draw in the body. The width of our body is again 1.5 heads, as with the other figures, but this time we're going to have half a head width on this side and one head on this side. And I think you realize that this isn't exactly 3/4, it's more like 2/3, but it's called the three-quarter stance. So here we have the height of our shoulder. And in this figure, the arm is in front of the body, over here. And on this side is going to be behind the body. So the arm will come something like this. And our arm is 1.5 heads. And to the end of the hand again is 1.5 heads. So our arm will come something like that. Remember, our hand is the width of the oval. Sorry, the length of the oval. This arm, of course, is hidden behind, but the hand will be coming out a bit higher. In Byzantine iconography, whatever is behind is depicted as slightly above, so that everything is visible to the viewer. So the hand that's further back is actually going to be depicted as higher up than the hand at the front. And that's the basic orance position of prayer. We're going to bring this leg out a bit, just to give it a bit of movement. And the foot will be coming out like over there. This leg will be supporting the figure, and that foot will be coming out, sticking out over here. The garment will be falling straight down at the back, like that. And we will start drawing the garments. So we will start from the headdress over here, the manforium. Have the head covering. Have the cloth hanging over her arm like this. Hanging folds as the cloth falls over her arm over here. It's going to be hanging down again from this side. Basically up over the other arm, which we can't see. And then hanging over here. We'll create some drop folds. And this leg will come around like this slightly. So we have the form of the leg. And we'll give it some volume. Cloth hanging from the waist. Over here, when we paint it, will be a decorative pattern. It will usually be hanging tassels. It'll be something like this. We'll draw the hands. And finally, we will draw the face. And of course, being the Theotokos, she will have the 3 stars on her head and shoulders, signifying her virginity before, during, and after giving birth to Christ. And there we have the Theotokos in the basic Deicide stance.